It's an annual thing. Each spring they get shorn. We wait till Memorial Day because it's convenient for us, but they're
inconvenient for them.
It's not inconvenient for them. They can keep their wool on well into the warmer months if they need to. This year we're actually going to be sending it out, and we're going to have some yarn made, and we'll sell it in our tasting room. I'm playing around with the idea of making a label out of it, but we'll see. They'll get what's called wool blindness, so the wool will actually grow over their eyes, and every once in a while you got to go in there, and when you're trimming their hooves, or you got to trim around their eyes a little bit so they can actually see what's going on. We had one that couldn't find the flock one day, and we're like, what is wrong with that sheep? And then we went up and we're like, oh yeah, we gotta trim our eyes a little bit. So about 2 years ago, we started incorporating the sheep into the vineyard for grazing purposes and fertilization, soil cultivation. They'll actually sucker the vines for us. You have your trunk that comes up, and then you have all your fruiting canes, or your fruiting shoots, and then there'll be all these little suckers that come off the bottom, and they're just kind of sucking nutrients from the vine, and they're not really going to produce fruit. So we come through and we manually just kind of take them off with our hands. And it takes a bit of time. You know, you got every vine, you got to come and work each vine. So the sheep will actually come through and take a bunch of those off for us so we can fly through as we're doing it. But what's great about them in the vineyard is that sheep are pretty picky eaters, and they're also not as agile as goats. So goats will climb up, they'll eat all your fruit, they'll eat your vines, they'll probably eat your posts and wires if you let them. With the sheep, they'll only browse up to a certain height, and then they'll move on, so you don't have to worry about them affecting your fruit or anything like that. When you're working in the vineyard, you're driving your tractor up and down and you get soil compaction. And no matter what you put on there, if it's really compacted, the nutrients are not going to get down to the roots. So the sheep actually walking through the vineyard day in, day out, day in, day out. Even in the winter months, we'll concentrate them into the vineyard. They'll actually start cultivating the soil, just kind of loosening the soil, constantly walking on it, and it allows the soil to, again, have a little more vitality and life in it. Plus, they're really cute and people love them. So.
As you can tell, you bent over for like 20 minutes, and the strain of the weight and everything, it's very hard. So as the time goes on, and once you get the pattern down, you're not struggling.